Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because this is going to be a powerful episode. We are going to tap into that positive energy. If you want to be somebody that no matter what is going on externally, you can receive the positive and feel that good internally and externally, then this is the episode for you. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency, and once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we could receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you were surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So before we get started, if you're on Spotify and you enjoyed this message, if you leave a comment below, it would mean the absolute world to me. I love seeing the comments. It just helps me feel connected to each and every one of you, so I appreciate that. And then of course, sharing this episode. If you find something valuable and you share it with somebody, and I appreciate that, and I'm so glad that you allow me to connect with your friends and family. Now let's get into the episode. So how do you become the positive mindset of person? What is that? How do you add that to your life? I've been thinking a lot about this, and I've come to the realization that everything is existing at once. Meaning every opportunity, every energy that you can feel is available, just we only receive based on what we perceive. You see, your view of the world is the funnel that you not only see things, but you receive things. So if you want to change what you're receiving, you have to change what you're seeing. And I know that may sound simple, or it may sound even silly at sorts, but you cannot receive different than you are. Energy attracts similar energy. So if you want to be something different, if you want to receive something different, you have to become something different. But how do you do that? Well, we are observers and creators. We create what it is that we observe. Whether you're observing the thoughts in your mind, which really represent energy, so you create more of that energy, or you're observing the world, the energy that's around you. If you start spending time looking for the silver lining in things, looking for the love in things, you'll start receiving the love in things. That's how this works. Now, it's not just about your direct interaction with things. You see, that's where people struggle. They might look at their life and say, everything's bad. There is nothing good that I'm receiving at this moment. Maybe you're dealing with a tough family situation. Maybe it's work, maybe it's financial, maybe it's the economy, maybe it's your health. Like it's just a very difficult thing where if you were to tell multiple people, they would all agree that your life is hard right now. Maybe that's your situation. Maybe it's really bad. If you can look beyond yourself, you can receive beyond yourself. You see, this is why the power of gratitude is so powerful. But for so long, I didn't understand what gratitude is. You see, gratitude is not just saying what you're thankful for. Gratitude is a positive tool that you can use to connect to the energy that you want to receive beyond yourself. You can go into the future, you can go into the past. It doesn't have to be this exact moment, and it doesn't have to be for you. See, this is how something that's painful can actually be a gift. If you're going through a tough lesson right now, maybe you're struggling with food, maybe you're struggling financially, maybe you're struggling because you're in a painful situation, whatever it is, traumatic situation, you're going through this. I want you to imagine for a second. Imagine that you go through this moment and a year goes by, 2 years go by, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years go by from this moment. And every single day you woke up, you chose to find ways to heal. You chose to find ways to get yourself into different situations. You chose to find ways to grow every single day. You know, the first day, probably not a lot of change is going to happen. The first month, probably not a lot of change is going to happen. The year, change has happened. 2 years, change has happened. So this powerful event that was hurtful, traumatic, damaging, whatever it is, to you can become a gift. Because 10 years from now, once you've grown, you've forgiven, you've let go, you've healed, there's somebody else struggling with that same situation. And when you live your life as an example of someone that lives in light and love, that's healed from it, you get to show them the way forward so that hopefully they can heal and grow beyond it faster than you were able to. That's a gift. You get to become the person that you need now. It's a gift for them, but if it's a gift for them, it's a gift. You are a powerful being. You are so much more than your circumstances. You are so much more than your mistakes. You are so much more than the pain, the bad things that you've done, the bad things that have been done to you. You are the observer of those. You've experienced those, but you're still a powerful creator. So if you've gone where love is non-existent, if you've experienced where it's all pain, all darkness, and then you create the opposite of that, forgiveness, love, healing, patience, understanding. If you create that, guess what? You now understand that energy beyond any other way you could have had it. Somebody just telling or giving it to you would not work in the way that creating it does. This is all happening for you. We just have to see beyond self. And I know that's not always fair. I know it's hard when it's you that's going through something. If you are the one that's diagnosed with a medical diagnosis that's terminal or terrible or hurtful or painful or life-altering, it's hard. It's painful. There is no, hey, just look at the bright side. This is your life, right? And it's potentially going to end. That is a painful situation to be in. But you know what? You are more than just this experience. You are more than just this life. And we all have a beginning and end on this rock. On this earth school, we all have a start and a finish. But our energy goes forever. So if you start thinking and living for your energy, which is internal, instead of your material body, which will go back to the dirt, you free yourself from the pain of this material world. You get to become the observer and expander of positive energy, of love frequency, and everything that would normally weigh you down, everything that was painful, everything that was hurtful no longer affects you. You experience it, you feel it, but your overall mission is uplifting your energy, which you know continues. Whether you view it as a soul, a spirit, energy, frequency, whatever it is that you are, truly are, when you start fighting for that and you start focusing for that, you move out of the ego. You start seeing beyond yourself. That's empowering. That's a positive mindset. That's operating from the highest frequency to where you see all instead of what just affects you. That's true freedom. That's true power. That's true love. When everything you do is beyond how it affects you and more in alignment with how it impacts the world, how it uplifts others. That's the freeing energy, because when you're acting in that, when you're thinking in that, when you're receiving in that, you're in flow state. Imagine what it would feel like if you were constantly tapped in to love, to that powerful love frequency that charged you up, that kept you excited about everything. Imagine being tapped into that so powerfully that everything you do, whether it's a hard thing, easy thing, loving thing, painful thing, everything you do, that energy constantly is flowing through you, going from the top of your mind to your toes, out your fingertips. That is powerful. That is being tapped in to flow state of positive energy. It's possible for you. You just have to see beyond you. You have to understand your perception is your reception. So change your view. Stop looking at your life from just you. Look at it as a powerful being that's having a human experience that has a beginning and end, and everything in it is for you to discover love and give it. When you start thinking like that, you realize that you are more, and that the value that we put into all these material things is meaningless. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. Doesn't mean you can't have the fancy car. Doesn't mean you can't have all those things. It's just those things are not going to fulfill you like being your highest self will. Your higher self is waiting for you. When you start connecting with it, when you start meditating with it, when you start spending time with it, you feel the communication. You feel the guidance. That's why we build the positive future self. That's how my program works. That's why we use gratitude to connect with the actual energy we want to receive, not just to say what we're thankful for. It's all happening for you. Use the tools to elevate yourself. Use the tools to move beyond self. Use the tools to operate in love and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective that you can use today to start making that shift. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. So I appreciate all the follows there. And if you listen to this episode and you're learning about gratitude, like how to properly use it, and you're wondering how you can harness that, if you're wondering how you can harness the power of your higher self, this is what I do. I'm a mindset coach. I help you see beyond your current situation so that you can receive beyond your current situation. It takes work, it takes navigation, it takes focus, but it can be done. You can absolutely receive and become who you desire to be. Maybe you don't even know who that is. We can uncover it. We can allow yourself to see what it is that's possible for you. And then we bring that in today so that you're thinking and acting in alignment so that you can receive it. If you're interested in working with me, you can reach out to me via Instagram, or there's a link down below. If you fill that out, I will reach out to you directly. And the other thing, I'm looking for expansion. I figured the best way to expand is with the people that I'm connecting with every single day. I have a chapter that's ending in fitness over the next few weeks, and I'm excited to move forward. I want to move forward in business where I can bring the positive mindset, where I can help people set the vision of what it is they're working towards and incorporate that into today. If that's you, if you feel like there's a value add, whether it's a short-term partnership or something for the long term in your business, let's connect. You can either reach out to me Instagram, there's my email if you want to email me down below, or you can fill out the contact form and I will reach back out to you directly. There's so many big things on the horizon that I don't want to limit the possibilities, and I hope you don't want to limit them either. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.